game though.
Let me start the recording. Okay, recording starting now. Gonna have a little sip.
Let me sip a little.
All right, all right, all right. Let's also have a little bit of water. Gotta stay hydrated. All right, all right, all right. Yeah. So basically, just gonna review slash do a quick like tier list of all the video games, TV shows, movies I've watched or played this year. You see the albums as well, but listened to too many albums this year, so that'd be a separate thing. All right.
Wait, does watching video games count?
Only if I watched like most of it. Because like this one is Splatoon Batula. This one like Zesty was playing on stream.
Yeah.
I think it's like B tier. It's like it was like kind of entertaining to watch. A little bit janky, but wasn't like super memorable. It's like B tier. S tier is like this is like really good. I'm really happy I watched this. A tier is like or S tier is kind of like very memorable stuff. A tier is like it's really good. He's like it was good, but like not like crazy. C is like it wasn't the best, but like it wasn't bad. He's like it was kind of bad, but like not that great, but like not like offensive. It's like had some enjoyable moments, and F is just like it was a masterpiece of dog shit, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so Fatum Batula, any thoughts on that one?
No, not really. That one, you, I thought we didn't watch that much of it. Did you like?
I watched most of it on a stream. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay, wow.
but yeah, I thought it was pretty entertaining to watch, but I didn't really feel strongly about it. It was just like seems kind of neat. I respect like the vision of it of just like making a weird like kind of like puzzle exploration type of game, like kind of like PlayStation One type art style. I liked it, but like not like enough to be A tier. Infinite Wealth. I'm only like a third of the way through still because I keep getting distracted. I'd say like at least from what I've heard and like, from what I've seen so far, yeah, story not as good, but like still some pretty good mini games and game like the standard like RPG combat seems better so far. And I like the Hawaii setting so far. So hard to say so far because I haven't finished it. I'm only like a third of the way through. But I haven't made it to like the Animal Crossing island. But yeah, I'd say like not too bad so far. What do you think? Any thoughts?
Nope. Well, I haven't actually played Infinite Wealth. Of course, I've exclusively watched people play it, so I just have to take your word on that one. You know?
Yeah. Supermarket Sim. It's basically what it sounds like. It's a supermarket sim. It was okay. Like I didn't play it that much. Yeah, no real thoughts on that one. It's just like it's an average like simulator game. It was okay. College Football 25. The game itself is not that good, but it's kind of funny to like play with other people. So I'll give it B tier. Also, it's
God
you know it's
bless.
according to the game, Texas is back, and you know I'm all on board with that. This one I think I reviewed this one last year, but I finished it this year. Reviewing it again, I'd say it's like B tier. Like the actual like RP like combat isn't that good. I really got into the pocket circuit and the arena game modes though. Those are pretty good. And some of like the gadgets were like kind of fun to use. It's like it's like standard like goofy Yakuza stuff, but it's like not as big as other games. I'd say it's okay. The plot is like kind of silly as like usual, like over like melodramatic Yakuza plots, but you know, it is what it is. It's a B tier. It's not bad. Any thoughts?
Uh, I actually I have a thought.
Okay.
Um, my thought is the can you like scroll down? This is like unrelated to what you did. Is Baldur's Gate on here, or did you not finish it? Therefore, it's not on here.
Uh, yeah, I shouldn't put it on here.
You'll put
Okay.
her on there.
Okay, I'll put it in as like a placeholder. Also, I think I don't know what this is. Okay, this map of the USA is gonna be Baldur's Gate. I'll go and review that. See Baldur's Gate A tier. Your thoughts on that? I don't really like where you're
Uh,
going about Baldur's Gate.
I mean, I've not passed Act Two, so I've, I mean, it's fun, but the thing is I kind of ruined it for myself because I started playing it with friends, and so now I don't want to play it with anyone with like by myself. I only want to play it with friends, but that's like not the point of the game.
But I was just relate to the man who erased his name.
Wait, what? I thought you.
It's
No,
really,
no,
I finished that. I was like, "What are your thoughts?" And you're like, "How about Baldur's Gate?"
no. My, yeah, no, my. I literally said unrelated. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, I'm drunk, so yeah.
Yeah, that was more so like I didn't see it on the list, so I was like, oh wait, is it? And also like the fact that like I remembered the fact that you hadn't because you mentioned like, oh yeah, I had it for the Yakuza game. You were like, oh yeah, I finished played it last year, um, but finished it this year, but it was on last year's list. So I was curious
Yeah, last
about
year,
the
like I don't play
criteria.
like chapter one. I only did it like I'd only include if it's like I played a bunch of it. So Baldur's Gate, I'd include. This is represents Baldur's Gate. I'd say it's A tier. Well, I think with Baldur's Gate, like it does drag a little bit in Act Three, but I think I would enjoy it more if I was playing Tactician mode. It's just playing on normal mode. So the fight seemed a little bit too easy, so I ended up like kind of like being lazy and make some questionable decisions. As
That's
you,
insane that you found it too easy considering how
I
fucking
mean,
terrible
no,
it
like
was.
that's the thing. Like I made some questionable decisions and still like won a lot of fights that I shouldn't have. So yeah, like I definitely feel like I could have been like more locked in if it's like a little bit harder. But that's it. Like I actually like the urban environments and like D&D settings, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I actually like a lot. I just feel like the game's a bit maybe too long, arguably, but that's not really. It's what it is. It's still a good game. Best like video game implementation of 5e. I don't really know if there's any others to be honest, but yeah, it's the best one of that.
They're just bad.
Yeah, and there's Spirit Island. I've only played this like once, so I can't really say too much. But it seems like it could be really fun. It's a board game basically. It's a co-op versus like it's a co-op board game, and it's kind of like a deck builder sort of thing. Um, it's kind of hard to like visualize. I'll just say I enjoyed playing it. I played it once, and it's one of those that seems like there's a lot of rules at first, but it's actually not too bad after you get going. It becomes very intuitive.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Oh wait. Question. Will you include the game that we played with
oh yeah,
Andy's?
yeah. Let me find Dune Imperium. One sec. I'll just find another picture to represent it.
Just get a worm.
I don't know what this is. This picture of Zilker Park will represent Dune Imperium. Uh, I'll say Dune Imperium. It's B tier, you know. Again, it's a board game, but I've played like maybe 4 times, I think. I'm 3-1 by the way, not too bad at it. Just
Yeah,
it's just
and he's actually like it's really funny actually, Mickey, because it's like J Ray plays it while brutally drunk, wins, and then we have another friend that like he's like watched like all of the fucking videos on like the strategy, and he's like trying his best, and he fucking gets slapped by J Ray doing fuck shit.
What game?
it's a
Dune
Dune Imperium. It's
Imperium.
a board game like based on Dune. It's represented by this picture of Zilker Park in Austin, Texas, though, because I forgot to get a picture of it. But yeah, I'd say I thought it was pretty good. It's a little bit again, I don't know if it's fair to criticize it for being long because it might just because we're stupid.
I mean, it is like still gonna be like it's a board game. It's gonna be like somewhat long no matter what.
That said, like so far from what I've seen, again, I only played it like 4 times. Hard to like make any firm critiques of it, but from what I played, I enjoyed it. So I'd say B tier.
Yeah, no, it's like it's at the very least it was always a good time. So even if perhaps we unfair because we had good company.
Even like doing the desert planet, the card, a little bit problematic, but it is what it
That is,
is.
yeah, clearly not that problematic for you.
Yeah, I want the game with doing the desert planet. And, let me say, doing the desert planet, it's done some good things for me, many good things. But
J Ray is saying this.
Pyre, I'd say Pyre is A tier. I really like. I thought the gameplay, it's a little bit too easy if you don't turn on like the extra modifiers. Again, I didn't play on the hardest difficulty, so maybe like that one would have been harder. But they should have let me play that from the start. if you know.
You were getting fucked at the start, though. Remember?
Yeah, I was getting fucked at the start, but like, I think it's kind of the game like wants you to lose some games because of like the mechanic that you can't send all your bros back to like out of exile if you don't lose. Like you lose some of the emotional impact if you don't like lose some games. So I'd honestly say like losing some games is like a good thing, but as far as like the difficulty, like yeah, I was losing some at the first and like some in the middle, but like when it gets like a bit later in the game, once you like kind of learn the mechanics a little bit more, especially like some of the characters you get later, it's not that bad. It's like a little bit too easy, I'd say.
Do you
for
think
it's, like,
maybe they
late
should
game.
have had like had the medium like difficulty just automatically transition to the hard difficulty?
Yeah, maybe again, like it's hard to say. Like I didn't play the hard difficulty, so maybe that one's like too hard. I don't know, but I feel like medium. Honestly, I didn't feel like medium was that bad though. It's more just like the end game is a little bit too easy. Like the mid game and early game felt pretty balanced to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really like the mechanics they had, like integrated with storytelling, where like if you lose games, like it actually impacts the story. It's not just like you reload your save and like rewind, but you actually just like keep going. I thought that was really interesting. I really wish there's more games like that that don't like require just like reload. Like you just like keep going and like deal with the consequences of losing, and it's like built into the game. So yeah, I'd say it's A tier. I just wish there's like actual like multiplayer. League of Legends, I'd say I've enjoyed playing League this year. I'd say it's A tier. Um, Again, the game itself is I think is reasonably balanced. That's about all I have to say about it. There's not really a whole lot. It's just like I've been playing it for a while. I still like playing it. It's fun. Just like mute all and just focus on yourself, and it's a pretty fun time. Otherwise, if you don't mute everybody, then you have to listen to some of the stupidest people in the history of humanity. So I'd recommend not doing that. Thoughts?
I don't play League of Legends, but yeah,
I'd
that
say it's like the same concept as like Dota, where it's like if you just like listen to like 1K MMR players, like they're just gonna tell you the stupidest shit, and it's gonna be
yeah, no,
infuriating.
no, no, no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let- I let's go with I I agree. It's
Yeah.
just that I have not. It's more so I can't comment on anything else. Like like you asked me about like the one thing that like I could comment on in theory, you know.
Crownfall. I've only played a couple of Dota games this year, even though like it's really confusing because I haven't played it in a while. I thought it was neat. I like watching people play it. I thought the international this year was pretty entertaining to watch. So I'd say it's A
Yeah.
tier. I think it's a objectively good game, even though I don't play it, just because it's a little bit too time consuming. I also thought some like the Crownfall like little dialogue bits were pretty funny. So I give it A tier. Thoughts? You literally have no thoughts on Dota, really?
No, my thoughts on Dota are. Oh, by the way, I didn't realize I wasn't talking. Or rather, my mic wasn't picking it up. Um, uh, I love that game. S tier. I even like Turbo.
Yeah, no, I fucking hate Turbo. No, if you put me in another fucking Turbo game again, I'm done. I'm done. I'm leaving the Discord. I'm going to bed. No,
Yeah, I mean,
fuck
I don't
that
know.
game.
It's like some nice brainless fun for me. For Turbo, or not brainless, is because it's like it's actually like I get to learn the character, like what the characters do, like and like focus on like pressing buttons more, and I don't have to like feel bad about fucking up in ranked, you know,
Yeah,
or
I
like
just
even in unranked, because in like a full size game, I feel bad about like fucking up like something like mechanics up, but in Turbo, it's like who cares?
I just fucking hate Turbo. I just think it's unfun. Like all this like it just feels like random shit happens and nothing matters. But I don't like. Cardcaptor Soccer. I only watched a few episodes of this. It was okay. It's like a classic like late '90s type like magical girl show. That's a that was like reasonably entertaining. Obviously, I really like any sort of like '90s-ish art style. The openings and ending music was really good. I've listened to those a bunch on the way to work with the last couple months. But aside from that, can't comment too much on it.
How much could you possibly listen to it? It's like you just listen to it for like a minute at a time.
I mean, my commute's like 8 minutes, so I can listen to like the opening.
I see.
I live like right next to work, so yeah. Any thoughts on Cardcaptor Sakura?
No, because I haven't watched it.
All right. Here's Magic Lumiere LTD. It's basically like the premise is it's like a magical girl show, but it's it's like kind of has like office comedy elements. Like they're like or for corporations. I really like the concept. I just felt like the characters weren't that interesting, and yeah, I just felt like it over explained things. Like they just like yap too much. They're not doing anything interesting. Animation was like okay. It's like I'm glad it got a second season. I'm glad it's been successful. I like the concept. I just didn't think it was like because I read like part of the manga. I was like, oh, maybe I'll like the anime more. I watch the anime. It's like I don't really get into it. It just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It was okay, but like not. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't that interesting.
What what was the premise? Like I haven't seen it, but what was
It's
the
like
premise
it's just like
again?
a magical girl show, but instead of like
Okay.
they're like it's like a business instead of like they're all doing
Okay.
businesses. They're working
So
for Stark.
so I guess part of the reason you were so like intense on like the magical girl story was because you were watching a lot of magical girl, media.
Yeah, for like research for some of
Yeah.
my projects. Yeah.
Wait. Oh no, it's okay. So it was like you were watching it because of it, not be like you weren't interested in it because like you weren't interested in the idea because you were watching it. You started watching it because you had the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I thought the premise was nice, but I just didn't feel like it was that interesting from what I saw so far. But I don't know, I might pick it up again later. So yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. My dear friend Nokotan, I'd say like C tier. The first couple episodes, pretty silly. Had a bunch of like weird, like goofy animation gags. Just very chaotic. But in the opening, really catchy. But then after that, it just didn't really like take it to the next level. It was just kind of the characters weren't that interesting after that. It's like the main two are like sort of like kind of entertaining, but like the two like side characters are just like very one note and just didn't really do anything that intriguing. It was really just like the main two, and they didn't really do enough to carry the show. So catchy opening, some funny gags here and there, but overall a little bit disappointing after the first couple episodes. And again, it's another show I really wanted to like, but just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Any thoughts?
None.
Haven't seen it. Okay.
Haven't seen it. No.
I really like the new seasons of Smiling Friends, season two. Again, a little bit hit and miss. There's some parts that weren't, some episodes that were, better or worse than others. But I really think the Gimli episode and a couple others were, big standouts. And it's really short. Oh, the one where they go to Spamtopia. That one's also very goofy. Really enjoyed that one. What I really like was like some people are like, oh, this is like stupid, like haha, random humor, but like it's like out there, but it's not like totally random is a thing. That's what I think separates it from a lot of like other like brain rot shows. It's like out there, but not like so far out there that it's just like totally random. It's like makes sense in a weird way. Which again, I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. It's one of those things you kind of have to watch. I like the vibe what they're putting on. I thought it was funny. And, I enjoyed season two. I thought it was in some aspects better than season one. I'd say it's about equal overall. Season one. Any thoughts on Smiling Friends?
Um. No. I've only seen the first episode where what on it, which is the one that everyone always like quotes because it's the one where he's like, this guy's kind of a lost cause. I think we cut our losses.
Yeah, it's the one the basically just the part me and Andy mentioned when we were trying to save the troll in our
Yeah.
D&D campaign from
Yeah.
killing himself. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. I enjoyed the current season, so yeah. Salad bowl full of citrus. I'd say that's B tier. Others, I didn't. I had very low expectations for it. I'd heard people like talk about it. I was like, yeah, doesn't seem interesting. But it ended up being like I actually like cared less for the main characters, like the main like detective guy and like younger like middle school girl, and really I really like the part with the there's like one are you like aware of the show? I guess.
I mean, uh, I maybe I saw the manga at some point, but like so I assume it's an isekai, right?
Kind of. It's like a little bit. Like there's like two magic like people from another world. They come to Japan or whatever, but like that's about it. And
Okay.
they just like do some magic stuff. But there's one character that's just really funny because she's just like really stupid, and she just like it's kind of reminds me of, like Ichiban in Yakuza. It feels like the closest adaptation of Yakuza Like a Dragon in like anime form. I just really enjoyed that part. She just like gets into like random hijinks with homeless people. And, it's pretty entertaining. And no like real weird shit. There's like one line at the ending that made me a little bit like, this is a little bit sus. But aside from that, uh, it's all above board. Any
That's
thoughts?
good. No thoughts because I haven't seen it, but glad they are normal.
Yeah, and like I don't know if it gets weird after that, but at least for what was animated, it was pretty chill. And I didn't think I'd like it, but I ended up like watching it like pretty quickly. So yeah, I'd say it's at least B tier. Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant. This one's based on a work from an author who died before they finished it, and it feels kind of unfinished as a result
Oh, who would have guessed?
because the author died. And I don't know, it's like one of those shows like the gag wears out like halfway through, but there's a few like funny bits here and there. It doesn't really do anything interesting. I'd say it's C tier. I really just don't have any strong thoughts on it. I finished watching it, but it was like, okay, that's okay, I guess.
I see.
Netflix Avatar. I gotta say, this is like again. I only watched the first episode, so maybe it gets better, but I was not impressed by what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, we both had. I think we both had the same thoughts where it's like, wow, it's like the people that aren't kids can act, and then but the problem is that there's a bunch of kids acting.
Yeah, and I mean it's better than the M Night Shyamalan movie.
Low bar.
Yeah, so leveling. I'd say like D tier. I only watched this because someone invited me to watch it. That's about it. It's like just like typical power fantasy stuff. Not really something I would have watched otherwise if I wasn't like with other people. There's nothing really wrong with it. It just wasn't that interesting. Any thoughts? I don't know if you've read it or like
Um,
watched. I know you watched
I,
it.
I,
The creator
I
died, right?
What? What
huh?
just? Well, wait, they
For
died.
so for
The
solo leveling?
creator for solo
Yeah,
leveling?
yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
What? Is he dead? Hold up.
They're spreading misinformation on the internet.
Yeah, he died. Oh, who's the illustrator? Never mind.
Okay. Well, anyway, either way, anime is like not bad. It's just not interesting. Konosuba season three. I'd say like C tier. It's just like I remember watching it like when I was like I think in high school. I was like, oh, this is pretty neat. But since then, like concepts like got worn out. And also, it's kind of like just like falling in the same like harem trap of like other things. And it went from like parodying it to like kind of just like being what it was parodying almost. And having read some like the light novels, I'd say like the first five decent. But the parts after that, this adapted, not as good. And a little bit creepy in some aspects. So yeah, I'd say like C tier. Thoughts?
Um, I mean, I haven't read the novels. I only watched like a couple of the seasons. So I mean, you're probably pretty accurate in terms of what you're.
Yep. The Fallout TV show, I'd say B tier. Again, another one, I had low expectations for this, but overall, I really enjoyed what's his name, Walton Goggins is the like the main like sort of antagonist, main character, played by what's her name, Ella Purnell, I think. Also good. I also really like Maximus, the like Brotherhood of Steel brother. He was
Yeah.
he's like I really like him just because he's like you do like stupid shit and get punished for it, and people are like, oh man, I hate this guy. This guy's stupid. But it's like I don't blame him. He's racing like this weird like cult thing, and he's got like super technology. It's like I don't know. Again, kind of hard to say, but like as far as like video game adaptations go, this is definitely like pretty high up there as one of the better ones. Really good use of music. I listened to the soundtrack as my playlist at work for like probably like a month. So really good choices. Like some from like that have already been used in the games, but some that haven't been used in the games before. Some good like Bucko and stuff. A couple Johnny Cash songs. So yeah, really good choices there, and really good mix of like humor and drama. And there's also like enough like mixing of like aspects and like gadgets and like items from the game, but not like so much that felt like it's like excessive. But yeah, and I think it's also just a good decision to like have it be like its own story, like unrelated to the game. So yeah, overall, I'd say I'm looking forward to the second season. So I'd say at least B tier. Any thoughts?
Um, I mean, uh, I don't know, didn't see it, so.
All right. Burned Witch Point A is like an OVA basically. I always like really like the character designs and felt like it could be like interesting. Like the art direction looks nice, but they use like the same gag of like some creepy fuck trying to like look under someone's skirt for like literally a third of the runtime, and that kind of ruins it. So D tier. Good potential, but not utilized at all. Thoughts?
Didn't see it, but it sounds tragic. Sounds like, I
Uh,
mean, did you like finish it or?
it's just one episode. It's basically an OVA.
Oh, it's not okay.
Dragon's Blood season 3. I watched the first two seasons, and then Marcy died, and I thought like, man, I don't even want to watch this anymore. But someone said like, third season's not bad. And they had like, Invoker's daughter, who's pretty cute. I was like, okay, I'm interested. And then Marcy was alive again in an alternate universe. And honestly, like the dialogue wasn't very good. Story wasn't very good. The animation wasn't very good. I don't even remember what
It was
happened
fun.
for the first two seasons, and I skimmed through it. But it was like, I'd move it up to B tier. Like even though it's not very good, it's like very funny, and like sometimes in unintentional ways. There's one part. I mean, what the part I'm gonna
Yeah, of
say, but
course.
it's like
Yeah, yeah. It's an
someone
invocation.
yeah, Invoker's like, this is an invocation, and he invokes all over him. And then there's another part where he meets Arkward, and he's like, "You are broken, and overpowered."
No.
So from that perspective, it's pretty funny, and Invoker's daughter is cute. So yeah, any thoughts on it? As far as the actual
I
story, I
mean,
don't remember what the fuck happened, and it wasn't very interesting.
I oh, I, I just remember Mirana became God. Um, she had a Neon Genesis Evangelion moment where she was like naked and like one with the cosmos. Um,
I'll take your word for it.
but I mean, was it was I don't know, it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, like on one hand, like I wish ironically, like I would say like Arcane is a better series than. Okay, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But Girls Band Cry, I'd say it's B tier. Honestly, like some parts of it are like pretty cheesy. Like some of the dialogues like kind of corny, but actually like really like the music they played pretty good. The 3D animation, like there's not like that many good like 3D animated anime that are actually like look good and don't look bad. Um, so definitely points for that. It actually like looks good. I'd say like I said, the songs I actually enjoyed. I listened to like the full album a couple times. I actually really like the character designs, especially like the main two, Nina and what's her name, Momoko. She has this like very great like lesbian plaid outfit that looks really good. I'm a fan of it, and I really like the ending. So of the first season at least, where it's not like oh we succeeded, we're like famous now. It's just kind of like yeah actually we can do our own thing, and we might not get like as many
Nah, I'm gonna do my
fans.
own thing.
Like, we might not get as many fans, but we're chilling. And I really like that they didn't go for like the oh, and then suddenly they just like had everybody love them, etc., etc. So yeah, that's it's B tier. I liked it. Pokemon Concierge. This is a nice like short like 4 episode short on Netflix. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just like chilling with the Pokemans. I really like stop motion animation in general. So and all the the Pokemon are really well. Really well. I guess I don't know if they're like was the sculptor. I guess clay probably, but something. Regardless of what they're made out of, the Pokemans very adorable, very fun, really well animated, and yeah, really just nice, fun, chill. They, they created the vibes they were going for. Is the most important part. The vibes were there.
That's good.
There's also one really my favorite part. There's a little Magikarp needs a floaty to float. I thought that was neat. I love that guy. Oh, and also the ending song is made by Plastic Love, like that song.
No.
Oh yeah.
You've really never heard like seen that in your YouTube recommended.
I mean, I probably have, but I just like don't
The one that's
recognize it
like
off the name.
I was gonna like sing the words, but
You know it's plastic glove.
yeah, that one.
No fucking clue.
Okay, anyway, that's like an '80s like hit in the '80s in Japan apparently, and the singer that did that did the ending. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I'm gonna use the bathroom in 1 minute.
I see. Well, but yeah, I have no clue about Plastic Love.
He's so uninformed.
My fault. Is Gilbert alive?
He's going to pee.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
I'm back. I pissed. Any thoughts?
I'm uninformed.
All right. I'll say another thing. I think a lot of people find like the premise very relatable. It's just like the maker is like, hey man, I got fired or something like that. I'm really stressed. I'm gonna go work at a resort. And it's like, oh man, I really enjoy playing with Pokemans. And yeah, that's basically it. Thoughts? No thoughts? All right, moving on.
None.
Good talk.
All right, Astrono. This is a good like B tier. It's kind of like a sci-fi version of My Sonic Koku. If you ever seen that show.
No.
It's like an 80s, 90s show about some people living kind of like a boarding house and just doing, getting up to random stuff. I'll say it has like surprisingly progressive views on, people who aren't, maybe totally straight. I thought it was going to be extraordinarily transphobic slash homophobic.
Wait, what show or what media?
Astronaut. It's an
Oh,
anime. I thought it was going to be extraordinarily transphobic when they started like one plot line, and then it wasn't. So I was like, oh, okay. But it also like handled it in like a way that felt like somewhat like realistic, like relative to like what I'd expect. Ironically, like the main two like people didn't really, I didn't really like feel that invested in their relationship. They felt like the most boring characters out of like all the like sort of like other eccentric side characters. But overall, I thought the finale was really good. It mixed like the sci-fi like weird parts with like the more mundane parts pretty well. And yeah, I'd say it's like a solid like 7 out of 10 type of show. Thoughts?
Uh, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Because I'm very happy to hear that it's a progressive show, though. I I I had a show that was like that I was what was it that I was watching that was like something like that where but it was like the classic like, oh yeah, me and this girl that don't like each other swapped bodies, and but like it ended up actually being like pretty like they a pretty good commentary on like how how trans people feel, where it's like, yeah, they're not really happy about being in another body, as
Yeah,
one would expect.
understandable. Like when I'm playing like League of Legends or like any game like that, and I'm like playing as a woman, I'm like, I feel a little bit of dysphoria right now.
insane.
Like people refer to me as her, and it's like, hey, I'm not a she. Like nothing wrong with that, but like that's not me. It ain't me.
Giblet learns the important pronouns
No,
through.
like no, I already understood that, but it really like brought home the point. And
It was more so he did it out of respect, but not understanding.
yeah. Anyway, moving on. Steins Gate. Speaking of vaguely progressive like transgender thoughts, I have no
Yeah.
idea where to put this one yet. I've heard it like starts cooking at like episode 12.
We haven't even finished it.
Yeah, again, like some of
Yeah.
these, again, hard to say. So far, I watch it like one episode every week, and I'm very confused still. And it has some very not great characters as far as like respecting women's rights and that kind of thing, and not sexually assaulting women and not sexually
Uh,
harassing women.
which one?
Mainly the fat guy. That
Yeah.
guy's not great at that. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
And as far as the rest is mysterious. So I'll say C tier for now. Could be A tier, could be B tier, could be D tier, could be C tier. I don't know. Only halfway through, so hard to say yet. Astronaut. I'd say this is a solid B tier show. This is like have you seen this one? Are you aware of it? Sorry,
No.
I said Aqua Trip. I mean,
No.
basically, you know, like one show that's like basically like softcore pornography of like middle school girls gushing over magical girls.
Wow. Okay.
That's not this, but like
Okay.
you're aware of that, right?
Uh, I actually wasn't, but I believe you.
Okay. Also, when I said softcore pornography, I was wrong. It's actually hardcore like BDSM with middle school magical girls,
What the
Oh.
fuck?
and it was very popular when it came out. But anyway, this was like the premise was like maybe loosely inspired by this, which is like kind of the same premise, except the show doesn't have like pedophilia in it, really creepy shit.
Wow, what a win.
Yeah,
Another win for Japan, avoiding pedophilia for once in their lives.
yeah. And yeah, it's like very wholesome show. That the idea is like this is one like dude, just a dude. He can summon bears. That's like his main magical power. He summons bears, and like he fights with this like one magical girl who always like beats him up. And they're just kind of doing it for the love of the game. And there's this one girl, younger girl. She's just like, I want to help out because I'm just a big fan of these guys, what they're doing, and it's very chill like that. It's like pretty badly animated, and nobody watched it, but that's like very like meta for the show because like the show's like about like these like stupid battles that nobody cares about and are kind of over nothing. So the fact that it's like unpopular in real life kind of makes it even better if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd say this is like yeah, this is like the only like seasonal show I watched in the last couple months. So I give it a thumbs up. I give it B tier. I liked it. Black Lagoon ongoing manga. Hard to say because they release a chapter like every like 4 months at best. I just remember being like, okay, I'm glad it's like finally gonna get wrapped up, hopefully. But I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly what happened this year. They're so spread out. Any thoughts?
Um. Yeah, whenever I start to feeling that way about a manga that I liked at some point, I just like purposefully don't read it and then like read a bunch of it at once. And then I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like I watched it when I was a kid and maybe like 13, 14, maybe like younger, like 12. And I was like I heard like people talk about the manga and they're like, oh yeah, it's kind of like it's going really slow. And I came back to it like 14 years later or something. It's like, yeah, it's still not over, and they still release like one chapter like every 4 months. So I caught up on it, and yeah, now we're here. I'll say like I can't remember if I read it this year. Like one of the books I read was just very forgettable. I don't remember what happened. And another one is like these girls called the Fingers. It's like okay, they could be cool, and they turned out to be total jobbers. But then like one of the main characters joined the main cast, kind of. She seems kind of neat, but kind of wait to see where her story goes. But she's fun. Anything else?
No.
Yeah, Bee and Puppy Cat, the web animation. To be honest, this is another one I don't remember too much because I'm drunk. But it's just like funny, chill, wholesome fun. And it's only about like an hour long, watching like all the original web shorts. I heard the like Netflix adaptation where they like made it an actual show isn't as good, but I didn't watch that. And I also think it's I like the cat puppy cat thing, cat puppy is voiced by a
Yeah.
Vocaloid. I think that's very nifty. I'm a fan. Any
Wait,
thoughts?
Vocaloid's a person? I thought that was just like a style of like.
No, a Vocaloid is like it's a type of
It's
thing, but there's like
it's like
different.
it's basically a tool.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
but there's like different kind of Vocaloids out there like kind of like personalities.
I see.
Like on Porter Robinson, in some of his music, he uses one called Ivana. And it's like its own like personality, kind of like and theming around it, like official art. It's
I
supposed to be like
see.
a teenage like Celtic girl. But anyway, that's aside the point.
I love Miku.
Yeah, like Miku is like a Vocaloid. She's like the most famous one.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
Um. Uh. No.
Alright. Bocchi the Rock, ongoing. I'm gonna give this a B tier. Again, this is for
Really? Now that one's. I thought you would give it higher. You were like really hyping it up, like
well, the anime is
a
really
while
good,
back.
and the anime like really like added a lot of just like extra flavor. It like took it from just like pretty good to like the next level, just like little like visual gags and things like that. Like adding the
I see.
obviously like the music. I still listen to the soundtrack a bunch because the soundtrack's really good. So because of that, like all those like aspects took it from like B tier to A tier. The manga itself, which is ongoing, it's like fine, but it's It's like I'll read like a chapter like when it comes out. And it's like, oh, that's nice, like that, but not feel like strongly about it. So that's why I went
I
for the D
see.
tier. But yeah. Likewise, spinoff. I actually put this like D tier last year because it was like pretty much the same gag of haha alcoholism every time. But the recent chapters have put like more focus on like the other side characters, like the PA assistant and what's his name, the club owner, and the rest of her bandmates. A lot of them like kind of like do other things. Some parts actually ended up being not that bad. There's like I like the one where they go to like a Comic Con. I forgot exactly what happened. A little bit meta, getting a little bit meta, but yeah, I'd say like last year it was like D tier. This year it's like C tier or B tier maybe.
I see.
TF2 comic, I put that A tier.
Yeah. I can't believe we it's okay, wait, which camp are you in? You can finally play TF2 now that you're free from the war, or now you can never play TF2 because it's you're there's no point, you're done though. There's no more story.
I could never play TF2. I mean, I was already not playing TF2, so I guess I'll continue not playing TF2.
Yeah, that was me.
But I really like how they wrapped it up. I know like the it's kind of cliche to do the I couldn't have done it without you meta like fourth wall breaking thing, but I still liked it.
No,
Especially
it was like it's very cute because it's coming from Valve as well,
yeah, it's also
especially.
like for like a multiplayer game, so like it makes
Yeah,
sense kind of. And also it's like
yeah,
TF2, so it's like breaking the fourth wall. It kind of makes sense. So
yeah.
I like understand like why some people are like, oh, I was expecting like a big like final battle, but then it just wasn't.
No,
But
I think that like makes even more sense because like I don't know, to me
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, I mean I agree. I think for TF2 like being anticlimactic intentionally, like kind of definitely like makes sense. I also really like this little bit meta of like the announcer not remembering why she wants revenge, especially because like probably a lot of people reading the comic after like so many years don't remember what the comic's even about, like
Yeah,
what happened last time. So I feel like that's also pretty meta. And also like the bit with Erasmus and the soldier at the start was also really funny. So
yeah. I like their kids Hawk Tuaing
yeah,
the neck. I also like how Hawk Tua is like was in the TF2 comics. That
Let's
was
fucking
like
go. Cultural impact.
close.
How many more things are left?
uh, like
Wait, for TF2 comics? No, they're done.
No. The tier list.
about
Why is there
about
two Spy X families? One the manga and the one the show?
yeah. When's the movie that came out this year? Probably say we're like there's like 30 more things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, is the other League
There's
of Legends
There's like
the
24 more.
Arcane?
there's repeats.
Yeah, there's a couple repeats that so maybe like 30 left.
Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep though. See ya.
Have fun.
Good night.
See,
So like tell me, wait. Are you here?
yeah.
Oh, no, he's not.
Did you need?
Oh, I was gonna say like I could do the ones that are relevant to you if you want.
Sure.
Okay. Are there any you see that are relevant to you?
I watched Spy Family.
Okay, I'll do the manga. Uh, isn't just like another one? It's like I'll read it like once a month, and I'm like, oh, it was fun, but it's not like
I thought it was just kind of cutesy. Like
yeah,
I didn't see anything mind blowing about it or anything.
it's not like the mind blowing part about it was like wow, there's like no pedophilia, there's no
Yeah.
like excessive like pornography, there's no
There wasn't like a scene of like fan service that I could
yeah, it's
point
just
out.
like it's like a show you can
I wonder how well it did as a propaganda campaign to get Japanese people to have children though.
probably pretty good honestly because like
Yeah.
I said when I watched Shirobako, it's like bro, I should get a job. And then
Yeah.
I got a job, so it works. But yeah, I'd say like it's just like the ongoing. Not, I don't remember any like major developments that were like really, but it still feels like it's just kind of like you know chipping along is what it is. Are there any others out of this list do you recognize?
What
Just a
was the
hurry.
Pokemon trading card game?
Oh, so when I was a kid, like I had like literally like a tub full of like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Um, I'd never played the game a single time. Literally never a single time. but I just kept buying the cards. So this game, like, it lets you open a bunch of cards, and
Oh,
that's
it's the
about it.
daily
It's
opening
like,
one.
yeah, like you can play a game, but like the game's not good. So just open the cards. So it's 8 tier. I
Nice.
guess it's just like my childhood.
It's just like your childhood.
Exactly.
I guess we could do the Haruhi movie.
The Haruhi movie. I think B tier. I liked it. So first of all, like even though it's not like the ending, I know there's like other like source material that comes after it. It's still like a pretty good like conclusion to the series. Like you can
Yeah.
stop there and like be satisfied. So
I
they did a good
fucking
job
love
of wrapping it
Endless
up.
8. I love Endless 8.
I would say it is
I wish.
is pretty based in hindsight.
Yeah.
But at the time, a little bit not great. I watched every episode.
Endless 8?
Yes,
What the
I
fuck
wanted
did you
the
watch every
I
episode of
wanted the
Endless 8?
experience.
You wanted the Endless 8 experience?
Yeah,
My only critique of Endless 8, they should have made it longer.
they should have made a full season of Endless
They
Eight.
should have made it all like 10,000 iterations,
Yeah.
or how many was it by the end?
Yeah, it is a
Something
lot.
like
That
that.
sounds right. I think somebody
They
made like a mashup where they like had like a script to combine the different scenes, so you could have like infinite combinations of it.
they ran away from the grind.
They did right away from the grind, but as far as like the movie itself, the music really good. I listened to the this is like one song that plays the opening. It's like
Dude, okay. Not from the movie, but from the show. God knows. I think like genuinely top 5 anime songs.
yeah,
Like,
was
that
right.
one that
That's
one's
good.
just like a genuinely good song. It gets stuck in my head so many times.
That's a banger. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
listened to that one a ton. I used to listen to like all the like Haruhi opening and endings. I didn't really like the show that much. I just really like the openings and endings. And that song also. And I was trying to learn to play that one on guitar,
Can you
but it didn't go
can
that
you
well.
do a J-Ray cover for that one?
I tried to, but it didn't go that well.
You can make it acoustic.
No,
Okay, so
I
let's-
tried. I tried. It didn't
Oh,
go that
fuck.
well.
Can you do it again, please?
Okay, I'll try again. I'll try again.
Why are
Okay.
there two different Boshi the Rock shit?
This is the manga.
One's the manga,
this is the
one's the
spin-off.
anime.
No, this is the
I
spin-off
see.
manga.
Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah.
There's a spin-off
Um,
anime of Bochi? That's crazy.
Because have you ever listened to the song God Knows?
No.
Can you go listen to it real quick?
It's gonna be some weird shit.
No, it's from anime,
no, it's
man.
not.
It's just search up God Knows Haruhi.
Yeah, I mean, I like the animation of that scene. Just like it actually looks like you're playing instruments. Pretty fire.
Dude, Navcon Navcon banned. I can play bass. We just need I just need a wizard costume.
I love this still frame in the crowd. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But like okay, but there's a song in the opening. It's like, it's like winter, and they're like,
Yeah. I thought that was a good movie.
Yeah, it's a little bit long,
Yeah.
but
I think B
mean-
is right, but it's like high B if we're doing that.
yeah. I'm not like
specific
the
stuff.
bees. It's just kind of like
Yeah,
awesome.
that's too much work. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the movie because I finished. Okay, I know I have this habit of like starting things like 8 years ago and then finishing it much later, like The Ring City, or Half-Life 2, or many other games, or many other shows, or K-On! But this is like another one where like I think I watched this in like maybe freshman year of college. I
Can we
didn't
watch
wa-
The Ring?
You could watch The Ring.
The American one?
Sure, I watched The Ring. I was like, it came on like TV a while ago, and I was like, I just watched the subtitles because it was late and I didn't want to wake anybody up. Anyway, that's not the point. But yeah, like it was like probably like 8 years since like I saw the show to watch the movie. I was like, yeah, I like the movie. Anyway, moving on. Any others you want me to comment on? I'm gonna move these ones we already done to the end. Redundant.
Okay, so when do the duplicates start?
I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
So he's S tier.
Okay, yeah,
in
this
his
is where
autism,
this is where the
or what?
duplicates start.
So League of
Also-
Legends?
Yeah, are there any other like ones on here you want me to comment on further?
Okay, what is?
This is Baldur's Gate
What-
3, by the way.
Okay.
And Zilker Park is that one was doing something.
Yeah, Dune Imperium, the board game.
So wait, is A high autism or is A low autism?
No, these are like just what I like.
No, it's an
I
autistic
see.
tier list. Is in like the fact that we are making it is autistic.
I see. So this is
It's one of
just
my
a Shred,
favorite
like, tier list.
hobbies. Yeah, it's his year in review.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
like one of
shit,
these every
okay, I
year.
see.
There's like all the movies, TV shows, games of
I see.
the year. But yeah, Mickey, anything else out of this you want me to comment on? Do you have thoughts on?
Wait, scroll down.
Crazy that you put Dota in A. I feel like you barely played that game.
I liked watching the international, so I bumped it
Oh,
up.
fair enough.
Scroll down. Scroll down. No, I don't. I've already seen all these.
Yeah, like Dota, like also just
Alright,
like
yeah.
think the game's designed in an interesting way that it's fun to watch. So that's why, I give it respect points for A tier, even though I don't play it that much.
And this would never.
Okay. Can you do in this order? Chainsaw Man, Madoka, Oshinoko, and then wait, Astral Throne is a repeat. Is another repeat.
Is it?
Yeah.
How is it repeat?
Didn't you talk about it already?
No.
Wait, no, we were talking about Astral Throne earlier.
What was I
weren't you?
talking about Astral Throne? What did I say about it?
Or maybe
I
I'm
think it's
confusing with it.
something. I think it's something different.
It was something with the Astral in its name, maybe.
Oh, Astro Node,
Astro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
but
That's what
not
it was.
Astral Throne.
Okay, and then web fishing.
Okay.
In that order.
Chainsaw Man, I'd say B tier. I liked part 2 last year a little bit better. I thought the the part where they went to the aquarium. My favorite part is the part where they go to the aquarium. And
Did you get to the scene where you got jerked off?
that one was interesting.
Did you like the
Wait,
jerk off
that's a
chapter
real
or no?
scene?
I
That's a
like
real
I
scene?
like the jerk off chapter. I respect it.
Okay, it wasn't that he got. It wasn't that he's jerking off. He got jerked off.
No, yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
like
That was real.
I
I
think
thought that was
it's
just a meme.
Yeah, no, I
No,
thought the
no,
jerking
no.
off chapter was. I thought the jerking off was tasteful.
I see. I see.
And but look, I'll say like last year, I enjoyed it better. The aquarium was peak. That was peak shit. But this year, it's kind of hard to like review it because the problem is like releasing like a chapter that like takes 2 minutes to read every week, like or every couple weeks. It's like watching a video buffering, like really badly. It's like, do I enjoy what I'm watching? I don't know. It keeps buffering. It's like Stream East when everyone's like watching the Super Bowl or something. So
Is Chainsaw Man just like Stream East?
yeah. So it's hard to say. Again, it's like one of those things like it could like finish and I reread it. I'm like, man, this is dog shit. Or it finishes and I reread it. It's like, man, this is even better than I thought. So I'm gonna hold my full judgment. And just say like solid B tier. I'm still reading it, so obviously like I still enjoy it, but hard to say like where its
Where it
legacy is
truly
gonna be.
lies.
Yeah. Madoka the movie. This is A tier. I thought I saw the original, and I think the original series I'd probably say it's like B tier. It was good, but probably lose a little bit of impact because it's like the twist is like kind of obvious, like just having like known about it, but usually I'm not like that into like fight scenes or animation, but like it's like one fight scene where what's her name, Mommy and Homura are just like shooting each other with guns. Oh man, this is like next level shit. I like the first time like almost ever because like I usually don't care about fight scenes at all in anime. I'm like, whoa, this is like I gotta watch that shit again. That was next level. So that's A tier, and I think the my issue with like some like anime like this is that like when they get to like the magic shit, it gets all convoluted in a way that's just like, oh, and this happens because of this, because of magic and science and blah blah blah. Nonetheless, though, I like where they went with Amira's character, and the fights were very good. I really like how they opened it up with like the series ended one way, but like it's like kind of like, oh, what's going on? There's like kind of third. It's I kind of like that mystery how they set that up. But yeah, new movie coming out soon. Looking forward to it. Thoughts, Mickey?
I haven't watched it. I was just wondering your thoughts.
Okay, I thought you could have like a serious take on it. Like you're like, I don't know.
Okay. You know what it was? Um, Madoka was just, from what I've heard, just Kamen Rider Ryuki, but anime girl version.
I don't know what that means.
Those are
You'll
words.
you'll find out later in life when you're older.
Is that a show?
You'll find out.
Okay, I won't. Oshinoko. Any other thoughts on Madoka Magica?
No, man, I
None
need to
from
watch
myself.
Oshinoko. It's like C tier.
Fuck
That's
you.
that's crazy. That's crazy. I'd put that shit in D tier.
Here's the thing.
Wait, is this the manga or
The
the
manga.
show? Okay, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know. But if we were talking about the anime, there's one good episode, and it's the first episode, and it's shit afterwards.
Dude, you made me watch that shit.
Man, he
It
set
was
us up.
crazy. It
He
was
set
kind of
us all up
crazy
for
though.
failure.
Wait, I was there with you. We all watched that first episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were watching it with Gibbard and I were watching it together.
Look, my problem with this, like, so I'll say, like, the parts I watched were like all the last arc, like the last 15-ish chapters. And all the parts where there wasn't plot, it's just like the characters hanging out. I was like, wow, I really like this. And the parts where they tried to have like plot was like, man, this is like edgy nonsense bullshit. And then the ending fucking sucked.
Dude, you know what you should read then? You should just read the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love Me or whatever the fuck it's called. You would love that shit.
I watched a couple episodes. It was like okay. I didn't really care about it though.
Oh, fair enough.
But look, my favorite character, the like 27-year-old streamer pretending to be a child. Look, I'm a big fan of her. I really loved her chapter. I was like, oh man, I love this. And the parts where they're just like vibing, man, I really like that. And I think, like, I guess there's like other chapters I released this year. There's one where they go to the beach, they crash their car. That one was that's pretty funny. But yeah, I'd say like all the parts where there's not plot were good. And the plot itself was bad.
Yeah, no shit.
I would say like one part I liked about it was the plot was when spoilers, Aqua dies. I like the scene between him and like the crew spirit. I really liked that dialogue they had. It was like, well, this could have been way more impactful. It was like set up in a better way that it wasn't like stupid. My main issue is like it isn't like set up like him doing that shit, Like not to say like they completely didn't, but like not enough that I felt like it's believable. So it just felt like it's kind of like happened for the sake of like shock value, and I just didn't really feel it. Compared to like okay, spoilers for Better Call Saul. Do you have any like people that haven't watched Better Call Saul here?
I still haven't watched the last season.
All right, hold yours. Okay, I'll say like there are other shows, possibly Better Call Saul. I could be talking about another show completely, where like the main character does something fucking stupid in the end, and it's like okay, I believe that like what they did was fucking dumb, but I understand why they did it, and I can buy it because of who the character is. In this case, I think they could have done a similar thing, but they just didn't do it.
Are you done talking about Better Call Saul yet?
Yeah, I'm done talking about Better Call Saul.
Oh, I timed it perfectly.
Okay, but yeah, basically, Oshinoko is not as good as Better Call Saul. Is my conclusion.
That's fucking crazy.
Anyway, moving on.
The
Any others?
re-up.
Oh yeah. By the way, Michael, do you have any thoughts on? I knew you have thoughts on Oshinoko.
Yeah, I think that like even if we consider the fact that like the last couple of chapters fumbled, I think that in terms of the journey, it was phenomenal. I think like up through like 150, it's absolute cinema. Unlike Kaguya, where the first couple of chapters are honestly kind of slow. Actually, most of the manga in Kaguya is kind of because they kind of just like sit around and like just do random bullshit, right?
Yeah, I love
like
that.
that's the whole like. And that's like it was fun, but like it also like at a certain point they kind of um it doesn't hold up to a reread. Let's put it that way, you know. Versus Oshinoko, I gave it the reread, and I was like, dude, this is flames. And then so I would put it in A regardless.
Interesting. I don't know, like
I don't like. I think like what you, I mean, we discussed it on the way to Milwaukee. Like it was, so like obviously certain things could have been set up better, but in my head, I'm just like, yeah, this is like I see the vision, and therefore I optimistically give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and I don't know. My other thing is like I don't really like the story as much, probably like relatively. Like I was more in for like the parts where they're vibing, and like the mystery part seemed pretty good, but like the fact that like kind of when like the main villain wasn't that interesting. Yeah, so I could probably give it like up to a B possibly, but yeah, I'm feeling C right now. What's the other one you wanted? What's the one other one you wanted next?
Oh, web
Mickey.
fishing, web fishing.
What is this one? Who are these guys?
Dude, I thought that was like Teenage Ninja
Who are
Turtles.
these guys?
That's
Oh,
Shrek.
I'm locking in.
Is this Shrek?
I don't know what that is.
Wait, can you reverse image search? Or just like open it and see what the URL says?
No, I uploaded this. So I don't know what it says. I titled it 42 or something like that. I just gave it a number.
Is this is this like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or
No,
something?
I'll
No.
reverse.
No, it's not that.
I'll reverse figure it out once we get to the end, I guess.
Reverse figured out.
Okay, Mickey, did you have any others you wanted?
Yeah, web fishing.
Oh, web fishing. Okay, I'll do that one first then, since you had to go to bed.
In the middle. Above Path of Exile.
Web fishing.
Below Elf.
I'd probably say web fishing is like B tier. I like web fishing.
Respectful.
I like web and fishing. I like playing the little guitar too. The little guitar is really neat. I love that.
What of your favorite things?
I also love that you can gamble. I love going band for band with the lottery scratch off guy in the shack. I love you can jump off mushrooms. And like, yeah, it's neat. It's a little pricey, but you know, I got a raise this year, so it's a good one, so I could
It's
swing
like
it.
$5.
It's like $5. It's a little
You
pricey.
can't have lifestyle creep. That's what like brings you to financial ruin. Alright. Crowd, any thoughts on the next one?
Can you do Wrath of the Lich King Classic?
After the Lich King Classic, I'd say it's B tier. I enjoyed doing it. All I did was like go through the starting area as an idol through Darnassus, and like wow, it was just like I remembered it, and then I quit.
So you played all of about what, 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like wow, I really want to kill like Lord Melon Camp or whatever.
That's
And
crazy.
I
That you
killed
spent
the-
$15 for a sub to play 3 hours.
Yeah, I killed like the Lord Melon guy in the woods or whatever. And I was like, dude, I remember this guy was scary when I was a kid, and he's dead.
And there
Wow.
he is. Life
Uh,
complete.
Yeah, I was like, wow, just like I remember it. Okay, I'll have to never play this again.
Fair enough.
But I liked it. You know, I like that 3 hours.
Fair enough.
Next one.
Class of 09.
That's about it.
The
Okay, I'll do
re-up.
the re-up. So this one's pretty funny. It took all
Okay,
the
is
like
it-
what?
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's good. Like took all like the funny bits of the first one, and had like longer routes, which were like a little bit more in depth and intricate. And I thought the joke writing was a little bit funnier because they could actually like, build it up a little bit more. And yeah, so I think for what it is like a weird like weirdly nostalgic timepiece to like 09 era, like 08, 07, like my prime playing Halo 3 on the Xbox on my 640 by 360 CRT TV next to my computer in the living room, arguing with other kids on Xbox Live with my like shitty headset. Those were the days.
This is like a visual novel, isn't it?
Kind of, but like
Oh,
it's more just like There's not really that many choices. It's mostly just like there for the funny like comedy.
I
But
see.
the voice acting is really good.
Is there an S tier?
It's not like an S tier yet. Actually, I don't know if I played anything S tier this year. Or watched anything S tier.
Damn, you fell off.
Yeah, I had like 10 S tier things last year. Nothing S tier this year. It's really standing out to me. But yeah. Anyway, Michael, any thoughts on Class of '09, the re-up?
Uh, the foot scene was funny.
That was the
Oh,
flip side.
brother.
That was the flip side. That's
Oh,
different.
the re-up was cool. Oh, okay. No, I mean, that was
This is the one where you're Nicole.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it was good.
Oh, that's pretty fun. It's definitely like the best one of the series. The first one, had some ideas, a little bit underdeveloped in some aspects. The routes are like pretty short. This one, funnier in my opinion. And third one, we'll go ahead and do that one. Putting this in F for failure slash fuck you to the fan slash feet slash flip side. There's like, I don't know, like I don't know if like
I
all
like
the-
how I like how the best ending is you killing your classmate.
pretty
Otherwise,
much,
you're
yeah.
like otherwise you like are a sex slave, get killed
or commit suicide or
or
become
commit suicide. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if all the rumors about the guy who made it are true, but if they are, then on one hand, it's not the best, but it does provide interesting insight into like the guy who
Wait, what are
created
the
it.
rumors?
It's like he's like, okay, so like this game like criticizes pedophiles a lot, but like this is allegedly, I'm not gonna say it. We're on the official record. Some people said it might be false, so I'm not gonna say it. You know.
Just look up Class of '09 like drama, and then like
Yeah.
that'll give you all you need to know. Basic, like the thing is that there's no like I haven't seen like any receipts.
Yeah, so like it might not
It's
be
just
true.
it's
Could
just
be.
people like people are saying it, and then like the guy made an edgy game, so like yeah, like it's easy for people to believe him that. When I watched his like he had a radio talk show that I thought was kind of funny. Uh, he seemed normal enough on it, but I don't know.
Noted.
According to this random Reddit comment I just looked up, a lot there's like obvious fetish bait, and then the dev just called people criticizing the game pedophiles.
But no, there's no
Which is
there's
crazy.
no fetish bait. There's just like 3 routes of like nothing but foot shit for like 20 minutes.
And
Okay, I'm
then
going to sleep. Good night.
good night.
Bye. Yeah, I mean,
But
whatever.
overall, it's not like totally off. It's like almost deep because like there's still like funny parts, but there's also parts where it's just like 20 minutes of like foot erotica, which I'm not a fan of personally.
Yeah.
Next, pick the next one.
I feel like he could have accomplished the same thing with like 5 minutes. You know, the 20 was like it really was the fact that it was like excessively long.
Yeah, maybe
Path of Exile.
maybe like if you want to be like as generous as possible, he really wants you to understand what it's like to be a foot sex worker. Really, just like the misery it brings. That's the
That's the cope, yeah.
yeah. Path of Exile. I'd say like the game. There's nothing wrong with the game. I just don't like it. I'm just not into that kind of game. I heard like Diablo, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Path of Exile, Torchlight. Yeah, I'm just not into any of these games, honestly. Just doesn't do it for me.
I
It's
don't
like I can see why it's fun. I like watching all the pretty numbers when people play it. I just don't feel like putting in that grind.
I see.
Pick a next one.
Uh, I you from this point you just go because I
All right. Girls on Panzer. This might be controversial.
A tier?
Is this S tier? Is it S tier? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
We'll look at it after. I'll put it A tier for now. I don't know if it deserves S tier yet, but yeah. I mean it's basically like an hour-long movie of pretty much just like a tank battle. And this is one scene where they're going down this hill. There's like the one of the main characters like antagonist theme song playing, and there's like one of those like, man, I really should have seen this like the 4X theaters. This would be like next level. Um, I'd probably say like the issue as is that it falls in like the same like pattern where it's like, oh, I thought you were gonna do this, but then you did this, and then we countered it with this, and then we win. Da 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 da. But the action scenes were so well done that I don't really care about that. I wish there's like kind of like some of the other ones. There's a little bit longer like section where get to see the characters interact with each other. There wasn't like that much of that in this one, but I like what I saw. Lived up to the hype. I give it an A tier. Just want to go like in order now.
Let's see. Oh, I need this guy to hurry up. I want to go to bed.
I said, are there any you want me to do next? And you said,
No, dude. I literally told you last time that I don't have any like further
well,
requests.
okay. Duet, I'd say like C tier. This is like a fun like indie like game that it's like a one button game. I like the design, I like the simplicity of it, but I didn't really play that much of it. Rush Rally 3, same thing. I'm really impressed that one developer made it. I'm just not really that into racing games. If you want like a actually pretty solid like arcade-ish rally racer, I definitely give it a try though. I really like the like sort of like pseudo PS1, PS2 graphics. Trombone Champ. I'm gonna give this a B for trombone. The gameplay, it's kind of fun. It's not that crazy. It's kind of fun. I definitely see like the little gags it has, like in the loading screens and such. Definitely like the highlight of the game itself, though. Has a neat gimmick. That's about it. Yeah, Trombone Champ. Tier B. Really saves the world. C. This is like a demo. Honestly, I mean, I would give it a D. I'll give it a D for demo. It's like it wasn't that good, but again, it was other like only a couple people made it, if even that. It was one of Degnan's like people at work, well, like one of the people he knew at work, like his food service job, made it with their
I
like
see.
in their own time, and I played the demo, and it was a little bit buggy. I mean, it is a demo. Some of the platform kept it a little bit tighter. Some of like the humor seemed kind of like 2010s meme, but it was like mostly playable game. I give it like D tier, maybe even C tier, but like D. Could be like C tier or B tier in the full game, but as far as the demo itself is D tier. Speaking of demos,
Magical. Oh,
I was gonna do Rift of the Necrodancer.
okay.
Oh, this might be the only S tier I'm asking for. I just really like everything this game does. So I thought like, oh, this just looks like Guitar Hero, and I think a lot of people think that. And with like little like different sprite enemies. Seems pretty boring, but I actually played it. Like first of all, the original tracks really good. All the pre-built tracks in the demo really well synced up to the music and fun to play. Just really well designed tracks. And I really like the aspect of like how it mixes up the enemies with the music. So like yeah, like you could just like note it out as like single notes, but the fact that like it is how it is, kind of forces like your brain to do some extra like kind of sight reading in a sense, which I really enjoyed. And also the outfits, really well done. Like they took like the original like Necrodancer outfits, and like Cadence's outfit in this game was amazingly done. Love the like puffy red jacket with the little like fucking papyrus and sands hairpin like short skirt with the or blue skirt with the black leggings and boots. Perfect, great stuff right there. It has like some of the greatest like indie like games like music artists like Danny Baranowski, a couple others that I don't remember off the top of my head, but like no, like pretty famous among like indie games. So really looking forward to this one. I think this will be like A tier, S tier when I play the full game next year. For a demo, like I've like played like 8 hours just the demo, so it's good. Any thoughts?
Uh, sounds intriguing. I don't like rhythm games though.
Yeah. Swag's Family, the movie. It's B tier. It was like I've heard a lot of people say, and I mean, I can kind of understand that. Like, it is like extremely like linear. It's pretty like predictable, but like all the like little scenes in between. That's what really like makes it good. Um, I actually did like the villain quite a bit. Like, okay, like you've heard like some of the manga, and right?
Yeah.
You know how like Lloyd's always like, oh, I'm actually secretly really good at this niche talent, right?
Yeah.
So like there's this one part where they're doing like a tasting competition with the villain, and then he's like, "Oh, I know all the ingredients," and then like the bad guy's like, "Oh, I know all the ingredients and where they're from and the exact amount, so I win." It's like I was like, "Whoa, this guy's serious." So that's good. It's just like fun action scenes. It's exactly what you expect from a movie. It's like meant to be kind of like if you haven't like you're not familiar with it, that you can still kind of watch it and enjoy it. And yeah, I actually saw it in theaters and I really liked it. So I'd say it's at least B tier. Um, this is Guards by Terry Pratchett. So what I really like about this, it's like a fantasy um novel. It's a Discord book about like kind of the city guard basically, and they kind of suck. But it's more like a comedy fantasy than anything. But what I really like about it is like how it mixes like the kind of like the classic like Britishy humor, like if you like other Terry Pratchett stuff, or like kind of the Douglas Adams type, or like maybe like kind of like Monty Python-ish sort of. With like with fantasy, and also like it still like has a plot. Like it's not like okay, like some like comedy things like undermine the plot, be like, oh, actually none of this matters. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fourth wall breaking. This one like it still takes the plot seriously, but while also like mixing out like all the funny parts.
What is it called?
Guards by Terry Pratchett. It very much like reminds you of like like a D&D campaign kind of, but
I
like
see. Okay.
it's like made like in the 80s, 90s something for like
Yeah.
D&D with like
Published in
mainstream.
'89. I see. Yeah.
And I don't know, like you can like definitely see like a lot of like modern like comedy fantasies, like probably like loosely inspired by that. This I'd probably also say like Men at Arms. It's like the sequel to that. I'd say also A tier. Probably I'd say it's pretty. I like it less than the original one, but um, still pretty good. Magical Girl Retires. I give this B tier. So this is like a novel. It's not like a light novel. It's like actually just like a novel. Um, a short novel about like a 30-ish-year-old woman who like is gonna kill herself. And it's like, oh, maybe not. And she becomes a magical girl, and I'm trying to remember what happens next. It's like a bunch of like very small plot points like weaved together about like there's like some parts are definitely like very relatable about like debt and global warming and that kind of thing. I definitely like enjoyed like listening to the main character's thoughts. She seemed like pretty relatable. But as far as that, like it did like it wasn't really like it's not like maybe like 150 pages, something like that. So like doesn't really get the chance to like really develop its ideas to in depth. It kind of feels like outline is something that like could be a bit more. So I still liked it. I read it like all in one sitting, but it wasn't super memorable. It's like B tier. Uh, Astral Throne, it's a B tier. It's another like it's kind of like a Fire Emblem. The combat's like pretty much just like Fire Emblem. It's a roguelite type game. Still in development. It was a demo. From what I've seen so far, really, really challenging. Even if you've like played a bunch of Fire Emblem games before, uh, pretty good like variety. Like mixing, like it has like preset levels, so like it's not just like RNG bullshit. but it does like mix up like some other aspects, like item drops and characters. So it's still like pretty varied. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the full game. I think it's if you always wanted like a Fire Emblem roguelite type game, I think this game could be pretty good. I really like the like Nintendo 64 Asgard style. Yeah, 4 left. When Harry Met Sally. I think this is A tier. It's like the classic rom. Have you seen this movie?
No.
It's kind of like the classic rom-com. It's like one of the ones that like it's made like 89, 90, 90, something like that. It's like kind of like the classic rom-com of like kind of like enemies to lovers type thing. Of,
Yeah.
where you're just like or kind of like enemies to friends, like being friends, like becoming falling in love, that kind of thing. It's not like a love at first sight type thing, and which doesn't sound like very different normally, but at the time, like there weren't like as many like rom-coms like that. A lot of them were kind of like lovey-dovey, like love at first sight, and I think this one still like holds up from what I've seen. So I enjoyed it. I'd say it's A tier. I think it deserves its legacy.
I see.
I'll say like the one criticism I've heard other people talk about it is the main like guy, Billy Crystal, just doesn't seem charismatic enough as like a male lead. But on the flip side, I thought Meg Ryan did a good job as like the woman lead. So I don't know.
I see.
Look back, the movie. I kind of want to see this one again. I really like how it looks, just like the way it's drawn. The music was amazing. Uh, Very sparse, like kind of piano soundtrack that I thought was really stood out and really like underscored like scenes very well. I was like vaguely familiar with the plot, but it's a lot about like being like someone like an artist and that kind of thing, which I'm not really an artist, so like I don't really relate to that as much. But I definitely see where they're going for it and like how like like created by it's like based on a manga, so like I can understand like how that person's perspective like did that. Um, it's also like it's by the original manga was like written by the same guy that made Chainsaw Man. It's kind of neat to see like how some of the character designs are like very similar to some of those, since he like kind of reuses some of them. So that's like I like, but yeah, I think it's worth seeing in theaters. I liked it.
Hmm.
It's only like an hour long, so I definitely consider rewatching it at some point. Definitely Morpheus by Yati Krosha. I'm only about halfway through this one. It's a book. It's kind of like a standard like modern day supernatural magic detective type thing. Um, I wasn't really that interested in it at first, but I think the little bits of humor that the writer puts into it did a really good job of like really adding to it. And there's one character you meet later that, well, like he's kind of like shtick has been done a bunch before. I still think really thought they executed it well. Doctor Diablo, he's kind of just like a delusional like magician type guy, and he's very entertaining. So I don't know. I'll have to say it again when I actually watch it or like finish the book. But I'd say B tier is fine. And then let's see, not B, not F. I think I'll say B tier. I think this movie's not as good as some people think because I don't think it's one of the best Christmas movies. I think it's a lot of it's like held up by nostalgia. Because people like watching it when they're kids, like understandably so. But
I get fucking secondhand cringe when I watch it.
yeah. Nonetheless, I like Christmas movies in general, so I'd still put a B tier. Maybe it's because I watched it with most of the sound off for like half the movie because I didn't have headphones. I was watching on a plane flight.
Is that like you give it place it higher or lower because of
No,
that?
I think I might have placed it higher because of that. Like there's something like scenes where it's like I could definitely see how it could be like more annoying if I had watched it with sound.
Yeah, that was me. But I didn't watch it when I was a kid. I watched it when I was a teenager for the first time. So like I known this no connection to it. I was just like, dude, this is so annoying, and I'm getting secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. As I really will not watch it again, but for a Christmas, just a plain Christmas movie, it was I felt like, but I probably wouldn't watch it again compared to like other Christmas movies I like Santa Claus or Home Alone with a
Home
horror
Alone is
movie.
good. Yeah. Home
What
Alone
are,
and horror movie queer.
what are the other good Christmas movies?
Polar
Yeah,
Express.
Polar Express. Yeah, Polar Express goes hard. Even though the characters are really creepy looking, I'm still a fan. Yeah. So let's wrap it up. I think that's everything. Da-da-da-da. Okay, yep, that's all.
All right.
And also, let's just do last resorts. So anything I want to move up to S tier that's like, wow, this is mind blowing.
Think you were only thinking about Panzer.
Yeah, I don't think it's S tier. I think like the action is great, but I mean, the show itself, like, and you can say this for like all the different like parts of the franchise. It's like basically no plot. As far as like, is there anything I want to move up or down? Baldur's Gate. Spirit Island. What was it? Dune Imperium. Let me think about this for a second. I would consider moving this one up. No, not quite. I'd say almost because even though it doesn't do anything out of the ordinary, it does it pretty well, but not quite enough to be A tier, I think. Yeah, I think it's all about accurate. It's about accurate. It's about accurate. It's about accurate. A tier. Feels about good. Feels about right. Feels right. Feels right. Feels right. This is objectively not right, but I'm putting it here anyway.
Let's see.
All right, yeah, I think that's about it. Any final comments?
No. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, thank you for
Wanna go
coming
to
to my
bed?
thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you.
I think we're coming to the
Alright.
TED Talk.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.